Hello and welcome. Today's lesson is going to be about solving equations part 2. In this lesson, we're going to show you how the 5 steps of solving equations will work for all the different types of equations. So let's begin. So here we have example number 1. First thing I'm going to do is draw a border. So I'm going to go ahead and change colors. I'm going to select a thicker line, and I'm going to change to dashed line. I'm going to click on line, and now I can draw a straight dashed line. Now that I have there, I'm going to unclick the dashed line, and I'm going to click on scribble so I can demonstrate which numbers I'm going to distribute in order to eliminate parentheses. So basically here I'm multiplying 6/7 times 14W and 6/7 times 49. So let's go ahead and use the calculator. 6 divided by 7, press the arrow, and then we're going to do times 14, gives us 12. I'm going to go ahead and do the second number too. 6 divided by 7, arrow, times 49, gives us 42. So now I type 12W plus 42. And then on the other side, there's no parentheses, so all I'm going to do is bring it down. So let's go ahead and bring it down. Press equal 18W plus 12. Once you've done that, you can center. Here we go. And we're ready for the second step. So we just eliminated parentheses. Now combine like terms. When I look over here, there's nothing that I can combine on this side and nothing that I can combine on the other side. So let's go ahead and skip step 2 and go to step 3, which is move the numbers. Well, 12W has a letter, so it stays. So we're going to write it underneath. The 42 does not have a letter, so it goes to the other side. When it changes to the other side, it becomes negative 42. The 18W has a letter, so it goes to the other side, becomes negative 18W. And then the 12 does not have a letter, so we bring it down. So now we accomplished step number 3. Now we're going to do step number 4, which is combine like terms. So 12 minus 18 is negative 6W. And negative 42 plus 12 is negative 30. Now we're going to divide both sides by the number next to the letter, so divide by negative 6. And then we have W equals negative 30 divided by negative 6 is positive 5. So there we go. All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next problem. So here's example number 2. And on this example, first thing I'm going to do is draw my border or dashed line. So let me draw the line right there. Now let's go ahead and eliminate parentheses. So I'm going to multiply the 6 times the 3 and 6 times 7. And I'm going to multiply the 5 times x and 5 times 2. Notice that the 7 here does not have a parenthesis near it. So we're just going to bring it down. So 6 times 3 is 18x. 6 times negative 7 is negative 42 equals. I'm going to bring down the 7x. And then negative 5 times x. Remember, there's an invisible 1. So negative 5 times 1 is negative 5x. And then negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Now that we have that, we're ready for step number 2, which is combine like terms. On this side, there's nothing I can do. So all I can do is bring it down. Now on the other side, I can combine 7x with 5x. So 7 minus 5 is 2x. And then we bring down the negative 10. So now we're ready for the step number 3, which is move the numbers. So 18x stays, so we'll bring it down. Negative 42 is going to go to the other side, so it changed the sign, becomes positive 42. And then 2x here, going to go to the other side, becomes negative 2x. Then we have negative 10, which will bring it down. Okay, very good. Now we're going to do 18 minus 2. 18 minus 2 is 16x. And then 42 minus 10 is 32. And we're going to divide both sides by the number next to the x. So in this case is 16. So 32 divided by 16. So 32 divided by 16 will be 2. And that matches the answer for this problem. The next problem, again, we have parentheses. So first thing we're going to do is put the border. Click on the dashed line. The next step will be to eliminate parentheses. So this one is going to be negative 15m. Then plus 15. 4 times 2m is 8m. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32. Negative 6 times 3 is 18m. Negative 6 times negative 9 is positive 54. 3 times 2m is 6m. And 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Now we have the equal sign right here. And we write negative 16 here because there's nothing on this side except the negative 16. All right, now we're going to do step number 2, which is combine like terms. So in this case, I'm going to combine 15 with 8, negative 18 with 6. Also, I'm going to combine 15 with 32, with 54, and with 15. So in this case, I am going to show in the calculator. So I'm going to show you that you can write everything at once. So 15 plus 8 minus 18 plus 6. So make sure you got negative 15 plus 8 minus 18 plus 6. Press enter. Now let's do the other numbers. 15 minus 32 plus 54 minus 15. So let's verify 15 minus 32 plus 54 minus 15. Great. So we got the answers, negative 19 and positive 22. So we come over here and we write 19m plus 22 equals negative 16. So I'm ready for the next step, which is move the numbers. So what I'm going to do, since there's not enough space here, what I will do is I'm going to rewrite this over here. 19m plus 22 equals negative 16. I'm going to draw the line right here. And I'm going to start doing step number 3, which is move the numbers. So negative 19 stays. The 22 goes to the other side, becomes negative 22. And we'll bring down the negative 16. So this will be negative 19m. So basically we're doing step number 4, which is combine like terms. There's nothing to combine here, so we'll bring down negative 19. On this side, negative 22 minus 16 is negative 38. Now we're going to divide both sides by negative 19. And we get m equals 2. And if you notice, that's the answer that we're supposed to get. Okay? Notice because there was not enough space here, I rewrote over here on the side so that I could finish the problem. Okay? Very good. So let's go on to the next problem. So here we have the next problem, and actually we have 4 problems. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the lines, the dashed lines. So here's a dashed line for this one here, and the dashed line right there, and one right there. Very good. So let's go ahead and solve them. So first step is to eliminate parentheses. So here I have no parentheses, so I'm going to go ahead and skip to combine like terms. There's nothing to combine on this side. There's nothing to combine on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and skip to step number 3, which is move the numbers. Now I can do something. 3x stays, so I bring it down. The 5 is going to move. It's going to become -5, so we'll write -5. And the 20 will bring it down. So now we're going to get 3x on this side. Basically, we're doing step number 4, which is combine like terms, but there's nothing to combine, so we'll bring it down. But on this side, -5 plus 20 is 15. And then now we divide, which is the last step, by 3. X equals 5. And if you notice right there, that's our first answer. Good. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Okay, the next one is a little bit different because before we did something like this that had the fraction outside the parentheses. This one only have the fraction like that. So what do? We're going to put parentheses on both sides. And we're going to multiply by 3. The reason why we're multiplying by 3 because that's the number underneath. So basically what I've done is this. I put parentheses on both sides and I multiply by the denominator 3. And let's look what happens. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the 3 and I'm going to multiply by 2/3. So 3 times 2 divided by 3 gives me 2. And then we're going to multiply 3 times 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. So basically on this side right here, I get 2x, and then 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times 12 is 36. So by multiplying both sides by 3, I was able to eliminate the fraction. So this problem, we do not have parentheses, but we add a parenthesis, and then we multiply by the denominator 3. So now we got this simple equation, which according to this, step number 2, combine like terms. There's nothing to combine. Step number 3, we're going to move the numbers. So the 2x stays. The 12 is going to move, becomes -12. The 36 is going to come down. And we get 2x. -12 plus 36 is 24. And we divide it by 2. X equals 12. And that checks with our answer here, which is x equals 12. Okay, the last one is just like the ones before where we take the number that is outside and multiply by the numbers inside. It's just that in this case, the number outside is a fraction, okay? So you're going to do 2 divided by 3, arrow, times 3. And then you're going to do 2 divided by 3, arrow, times 6. So you're going to get 2 and 4. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to go 2/3 times 3 is 2x. 2/3 times 6 is 4. Equals, bring down to 14. Now second step is combine like terms, but I cannot combine anything. So let's go on to step number 3, which is move the numbers. So 2x stays or goes? It stays. So bring it down. The 4 stays or goes? It goes. Goes to the other side, becomes -4. And the 14 stay or goes? Stays. So now we have 2x equals, we're doing step number 4, which is combine like terms. -4 plus 14 is 10. Step number 5 is to divide both sides by 2. And we get x equals 5. So there we go. And if we check our answer there, we notice that x equals 5 is correct. This concludes this video. I hope I was able to show you that if you follow these 5 steps, it doesn't matter what kind of equations you have, it will always work. Sometimes some equations, you're not going to have to do all 5 steps. You're going to skip a step. But if you always follow this order, you should be fine. I also show this new special case here when you have a fraction like this with just a letter. What you need to do is put parentheses on both sides and you multiply by the denominator. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.